Welcome to the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing from Monday, July 18th. Over the next few days, heat will continue across the region, although we will have some cooler temperatures moving in across Idaho today, especially as a cold front pushes in from the north. This will also cause a significant increase in winds across central and eastern Idaho, with wind gusts above 40 or 45 miles per hour. This dry cold front also will usher in lower relative humidity as well. We will continue with breezy winds further south into western and northern Nevada, certainly affecting some large fires today. Also, thunderstorms will be suppressed a little bit further south and mainly over the southern two-thirds of Nevada and Utah. These thunderstorms will mainly be on the wet side, but we will see a mix of wet and dry storms on the northern and western periphery, especially as these storms will be a little bit faster moving. As we move into Tuesday, similar conditions, although winds will decrease across Idaho with wind gusts more in the 20s to around 30 miles per hour. Wednesday, heat will continue with breezy winds up into Idaho, and thunderstorm activity will be on the decline across the Great Basin. Over the last 24 hours, we saw scattered thunderstorms over central and eastern Nevada into Utah, and also over southern Nevada and the Arizona Strip, where we also had some wetting rains. All these thunderstorms were generally on the wetter side. We did have isolated activity up into Idaho. Great Basin fire activity, we saw moderate initial attack yesterday with over 25 new fires and just over 1,000 acres of new growth. Most of that was on the Moose Fire, which is our new large fire in the far north on the Salmon Chalice. Over the last 7 to 14 days, precipitation continues over the eastern half of the Great Basin with still very dry conditions across much of Idaho and into western and northern Nevada. This is where our fuel conditions have certainly become more critical in the last week with the hot and dry conditions. ERCs over northern areas up in the central Idaho mountains have increased significantly and are now approaching the 90th percentile. Further south, we have seen ERCs come down with some of the moisture over parts of eastern Nevada into Utah, but are still above normal over parts of northeast Nevada. The satellite loop from this morning shows the high pressure is still dominating over the Four Corners area. However, you can see the area of low pressure moving into northern Idaho, which is pushing that cold front through Idaho today. Later today, that cold front moves east into central Montana, so we will see drier conditions usher in behind the cold front along with those stronger winds across Idaho today. We do have high risk for these winds over central and eastern Idaho, as this will certainly affect our ongoing incidents in central Idaho, as well as possibly kick up some holdovers from recent lightning. Further south, again, you can see that moisture over the southern half to two-thirds of Nevada and Utah with the thunderstorm activity. Models show thunderstorms today, the image on the left, again, mainly south of the I-80 corridor. Winds, again, will be increasing, especially across Idaho, with many wind gusts above 40 or 45 miles per hour. Certainly at the ridge tops, we could see wind gusts over 50 miles per hour. Further south, winds won't be as gusty as they were yesterday along the Sierra Front into northwest Nevada, but still breezy with gusts in the 20s to around 30 miles per hour at times. Relative humidity today, again, will be dropping across parts of central Idaho where we will see some relative humidity below 10%. This, combined with the gusty winds, will significantly increase fire potential today. As we move into Tuesday, this front moves well to the east. We will see the ridge start to rebuild back to the north. Still drier conditions continue in Idaho with thunderstorm activity across Nevada and Utah. However, winds will be decreased as that front is now well to the east. Our thunderstorms on Tuesday, again, mainly across Nevada and Utah, but will creep a little bit further north towards the Idaho border. So we will see thunderstorms affecting the Wildcat Fire as well as our large fires in Utah. Winds on Tuesday, certainly not as gusty as they will be today, but still gusts in the teens or 20s up into Idaho and over into western Nevada. As we move into Wednesday, we will again see that dry air continue in the north with thunderstorms still across Nevada and Utah, but probably not as great in coverage. So we will see again similar areas, but not quite as high in coverage. We also could see a few isolated thunderstorms over parts of central Idaho and also into eastern Idaho. Wind gusts on Wednesday will be very similar to what we'll see today. The heat will continue across the Great Basin, but again, we will see those cooler temperatures. Temperatures will drop by about 5 or 10 degrees in Idaho, but still remain hot further south. And then by Tuesday, those temperatures will increase again, with most valley highs in the upper 90s to near 100 degrees. Forecast amounts of precipitation are shown here with the better chances of wetting rains into central and eastern Nevada and also into Utah associated with the thunderstorm activity. As we move into Thursday and later in the week towards the weekend, We will see thunderstorm coverage decrease and mainly be tied to Utah, but again, even drier conditions even into Utah for Thursday, and similar on Friday and Saturday with that thunderstorm moisture generally in the far east. As we move into Sunday, similar conditions with very dry conditions continuing up into Idaho and much of Nevada. Really not much difference in the precip for the 7-day totals as opposed to the 3 days, as again, that thunderstorm activity will be most active today and tomorrow and will be decreasing later in the week towards the weekend. The 8 to 14-day outlook shows warm and dry conditions for the north from July 25th through the 31st. So again, Idaho will remain on that warmer and drier side, so fuels will be becoming more and more critical in the north. We will see that monsoon moisture still continuing later in the month. It will pick up again around early to mid next week. So again, mainly Utah, southern and eastern Nevada, but also western Nevada will be on the fringes of that moisture. That concludes our webcast for today. Check back tomorrow for the latest updates.